Bryan Mbeumo and the latest on their pursuit of the Brentford forward. United expected to go back in with an improved offer for Bryan Mbeumo. Internal discussions are continuing at the club about what their next step will be regarding the pursuit of the 25-year-old. He's got 2 years left on his contract at the G-Tech Community Stadium. There is a feeling that United's last bid, their second bid, which was worth around £62.5 million, a £55 million initial payment plus £7.5 million in performance-related add-ons, is not a million miles away from what Brentford would want. However, just as important as the overall fee will be the structure of how that fee will be paid. Brentford, we think, want at least £65 million, with most, if not all of that £65 million guaranteed from Manchester United. So could be a really, really intriguing and interesting week or so at Manchester United, with the 5 players that we've been speaking about not coming back to training. They've been given a bit of leave, shall we say, to try and sort out their futures. And of course, will Bryan Mbeumo become a Manchester United player and become their second signing alongside Mateus Cunha? Of course, Diego Leon was another signing that they made earlier on today. Manchester United, set to be an interesting week, shall we say. The main squad are due back tomorrow for pre-season training, but not everyone will be present. I think we've given it away who won't be, but just give us a reminder who won't be, Mark.
Yeah, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Alejandro Garnacho, Anthony and Tyrell Malacia. Those 5 players have been granted permission by Manchester United to delay their return to pre-season training. We understand the bulk of the first team will be back in tomorrow, the 7th, for the start of the brand new pre-season campaign. However, like you say, 5 players won't be there. Now, I guess we read into this. We know there's been a lot of noise and speculation about these players and a potential departure from Old Trafford. So the fact that they've been granted permission would suggest that they're saying, look, OK, guys, if you don't want to come back to Manchester United, if whichever phrase or terminology you want to use, it's clear that the days at Old Trafford are numbered. So therefore, we're going to allow you time to facilitate the moves that you want, and then we will go from there. Of course, Manchester United don't want these players to come back and then the stories start to come out. They're training with the 21s, they're training with the youth team, they've got a separate training regime to the first team. Then there's the noise about, are they going on the pre-season tour? They're not with the main group, and it just becomes negativity that Manchester United don't need. So actually, it feels like quite a sensible move to say, here's the time you need, get the deals done, but whether or not, and this is the big question, can these deals get done within the next 4 or 5 days? Because these are all potentially quite big deals to make happen, whether it's because of wages, because of transfer fees, or because of the fees that Manchester United will attach to the players. You could go through individually, but it feels like it's going to be an interesting week or so for these players at Manchester United.
Yep, clearly.
Yes. Would Amrim have swam to Portugal to bring him back on his back? Yes. Is he going to go to Arsenal? Yes. It's not, oh, of course he's going to choose Arsenal. It's why he's chosen Arsenal. And he's chosen Arsenal because we are completely and utterly redundant as a football club. Look at the summer transfer windows those 2 top 4 clubs are having. Look at the one that we're having. It's an absolute shit show. It's not about Gyökeres. It's about United and our CEO and our owners being absolutely clueless. The big thing I would say to take away from this is not to talk about Gyökeres, not to talk about the lack of signings, but to talk about the absolute huge elephant in the room. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City are going to earn £100 million more than us every bloody year and have already done it for 1 year. That type of wealth builds super squads. When you build super squads, you say goodbye. Now, we might beat Arsenal on the opening day of the season when they've got Gyökeres, Zubimendi, Declan Rice, Saka and everybody else they've got. And everyone will go, oh, yeah, we're great. 1 game out of 38. I'll tell you what super squads do over a 38-game season. They finish in the top 4. I'll tell you what United's squad does. On their day, they go to the Etihad and win. On their day, they knock Arsenal out the FA Cup. But over a 38-game season, they don't finish in the top 4. We all know it. We are not run by the right people. In modern football, money talks. You've got to build a super squad. We haven't even got a first 11. We are miles behind. And the scary thing is, I think Project 28 was built on everybody else was just going to stagnate and stand still. They are fighting each other. They are doing... The season ended with those teams above us. The summer transfer window started and they're still beating us. We're bloody miles off. Scary times. It's really scary. And I'm sorry, a new stadium and a new lovely third kit doesn't change the reality that this is a shit show. It's an absolute shit show. As for Gyökeres to Arsenal, fantastic player. I understand why he's chosen Arsenal. Who wouldn't choose Arsenal based on what I've just said there? Completely and utterly get it. It's disappointing. He would have been transformative. I think if United now, it's Osimhen or nothing. And can you get Osimhen? I don't know. But I'd bet the house on Osimhen now. Because if we're going for Ollie Watkins, that opens up all the issues that we spoke about last week. I do like Ollie Watkins, but it's expensive for a 29-year-old. Calvert-Lewin, forget about it. And the scary thing is as well, what have we become as a football club? We've literally become what we were last season, losing to Spurs and 15th in the league. I mean, the behaviour of the summer is just shocking. And Omar Barada's saying we've been planning this summer transfer window for ages. No, you bloody haven't. I'd love to get him in a room and do an interview with him right now. You've not been you've not been planning this transfer window for months at all. Absolute bullshit, mate. So what's the plan then? Everybody in the world knows we need a bloody striker. My cat knows we need a striker. I can see it in his face. And we haven't bloody got one. Because plan A was Delap, you messed that one up. Plan B was Gyökeres, you messed that one up. Plan C, Ekitike, you might have to go back in. Maybe you'll get plan C. At best, we'll get plan C. I don't think we'll get Ekitike. I don't think we'll get Osimhen. We're looking at Watkins. Maybe we'll go in for Mateta. We're down to plan D and E. You can't give a Manchester United manager with the job the size of what Amrim's got to do, plan D, E, signings. And also, another home run here. You cannot be successful when you go into summer transfer windows with a strategy of sell to buy. It will not work. When you're already behind in the race, a sell to buy strategy, which is fundamentally, we want this player, but we can't get them until we've sold these players. That basically is, I can't go to the party until tomorrow because I've got to work to earn money to buy beer for the party. I've worked, I've got my beer, the party was last night. There is no party now. You basically, what you've got to do is what anybody would do. You go to your parents and you say, can you lend me a tenner to get my beer? I'm going to work the night after and I'll give it you back. That's what football clubs do. It's not what Man United do, though. We're not buying Agate until the end of the transfer window because we've got to sell McTominay first. Yeah, we're not going to have Mazraoui and De Ligt for the start of the season because we've got to sell Wan-Bissaka first. And we're doing it again. It is the shittest, most annoying, knobhead, stupid way to run a football club in the world. And this is why we are failing.